December 1952 is when we found out I was going to Korea. So New Year's Day, I pulled out of Canada to go to Korea by the ship. So we'll skip all that stuff. Everybody knows that. But anyways, when I was there, my job was simple. A forward line crew for the 4th RCHA. My job was to fix the line from TAC headquarters to the OP, observation post, 6.5 and 7.5 OP. We used to have to go through this road that they had. It was a camouflage road. Most people call it that. I call it Whiz Bang Alley, because every time a shell landed there, all you hear is the whizzing of shrapnel flying all over the place. And the Chinese had a different tactic. Most artilleries, like I've been in 2 wars, most artilleries have a nice pattern, like when they drop their shells, when their guns fire and all that. The Chinese didn't. They're mixed all over the place. So after a while, you get used to their idea. You know there's going to be 4 rounds come in somewhere. Don't know where, but somewhere. And at this one time, they fooled us. They only had 3. So we waited for the longest time to see where the 4th one's going to come in. So being in the artillery, you know that they always 4 at a time going at you. So that's fine, dandy. So we found out the next day they only had 3. But then the day after we found out they had 4. Right when the next one come in. 2 days before the attack of 187, we were going through this camouflage road, what I call Whiz Bang Alley, and 4 rounds come in, exactly perfect pattern. So, don't get me wrong, the Chinese are deadly on the computer. They're on the mortars. They're really good. But anyway, they're deadly. And we couldn't figure this out because other than that, they're all over the place. In fact, they give the false information or false feeling that they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn door if they're standing on it. That's the way we felt like, but we know better after. So after that, the day of the attack, we moved into one place, the lines were out almost one thing there, and our job is to fix these telephone lines and make sure up to par. So fix them all the way along the line. That's when we found out some of the flares are going up at night. And it's just like a pink sky, everything pink sky. So we watched that, and one of the guys from the infantry told us, we want you in this trench over here. So we went over that trench area. So we went that trench area. Artillery when I joined the artillery, I was supposed to be behind the lines, not in front of the lines. But I ended up in the front of the lines. So I don't know how, but anyway, just like anything else I do in my life, it's always backwards. But anyway, we were front lines. Now, all I can tell you is what I seen and what I did, and most of the time I forgot, and I can't remember what it is myself, and I really couldn't care less. That's the way I feel about it. Anyways, the attack come. Now, the first shock is when I first seen my first enemy. It's kind of a shock. Even though I was trained for it, but it's still there. But I cut myself into that time, fine dandy. That was the first shot. After firing, we took that kind of looked like a wall of Chinese coming at you. After the first shot from this trench, it took that wall out. But before you blink, there was wall back up again because it comes in hordes. The next shot you had, I had group therapy in Petawawa. And they asked me different things, what you might see or there. And one thing I brought out, I says, with all the noise going on, the machine guns going, firing bombs, all that kind of stuff going on, the loudest noise you ever have is the click of a rifle when it's empty. So this is not like a brand new soldier, anyway, that was the first time I got the first sign of fear go right through my body. But once again, you're trained. I went down, there's enough ammunition on this bandolier. I reloaded, fired. Okay, second time that happened, I knew what to do. I was okay. But that was the first 2 shocks I had. Scared me. Was the first enemy I've ever seen. The first time I run out of ammo. and stuff like that. Now, what happened after that, I couldn't tell you. All I know, after a while, we run out of ammo, and it's on top of the trench until somebody hammered me on the leg and said, "Get back in the trench again." So I got back in the trench again. Lucky thing I did, because our machine gun behind us opened fire and cleaned house for us. There you go. So got back in the trench, find Andy. So 2 days later, we had another line crew come up and relieve us to go for a shower. There you go. So anyway, shouldn't do that. But anyway, we went for a shower. And that's the time when I come across it. I didn't know I had it. I didn't feel it. I had bruises in my arm and bruises on my leg. I don't know where it come from, how it got there. Didn't have a clue. So after the shower, we got back. Then we were told we're not going back to the front line. We're going back to the regiment, like the artillery, our outfit. So I got back there and I went on sick parade. Told them about my bruises. They asked if I was drunk or what I was drinking to get these bruises. And I says, I never had a drop of liquor in my mouth for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Like, they said, nobody gets that many bruises and be sober. So I tried to explain to them, we're in the middle of a battle, So what happened there, I couldn't tell you. So that's about all I got. Nothing much. You probably heard that story 1,000 times, but so nothing much to talk about. So that's it.
What do you wish for the Korean people and the future of Korea?
I'm going to tell you something that I tell everybody, and a lot of other Korea veterans is really the same. They always clear us as heroes. Like,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Can we be quiet a little bit? Sorry.
They always classify us for being heroes, going halfway across the world and doing a war. Our heroes, what I see, they're heroes, is the Rock Army. They fought all 3 years in that battle. They come home and rebuilt the country from dirt up, and there you go. That's my hero.
Well, you're my hero.
I'm sorry. Shouldn't do this. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't know why, but I should never do this.
I would think that they are tears of joy and pride because what you have sacrificed for. Look at us.
Yeah, well,
look at us. Look at me. Look at my friend. Look at Koreans all over the world who are enjoying freedom today.
Well, after 65 years, you think it should be nothing there. But every so often it hits, and I don't know why, and there's no reason for it, like, to me. But that's it. So, sorry.
Grandpa Dunn,
Yep.
I love you. Thank you.
Yep.